Good morning. This is James Park. I'm coming to you today with some more job interview tips. So, if you have that job interview coming up for the resident manager, building superintendent, or any other building staff position, then listen in on this video and hopefully this will help you score a couple more points. Today, we're going to look at a question that's probably asked more frequently than any other question that I've heard, having sat in on countless job interviews. The question is, what's your typical day like? Or some form of that. It could come as, what do you do when you get up in the morning? Or what's your normal routine throughout the day? When candidates hear that question, I often hear them go into a long spiel about literally detail by detail what they do on a daily basis. And frankly, just between you and me, a lot of those details I'm sure don't happen every day, right? It's not a daily thing, but the reason why the candidate goes into usually a long description of what he does during the day, such as when I get up in the morning, I do the rounds of the building and take a look at all the utilities rooms, or I walk up and down the stairs. I check Building Link if you have Building Link. I have a meeting with the staff, and I organize the supply room, and then I respond to any emails that come to me, and then I write a report for the board about what happened during the day, and on and on. And the reason why the candidate feels compelled to describe every moment of the day is that the belief is that the interviewer is asking this question sort of to gauge whether you're a type of person that just kind of sits around and does nothing, or wastes time, or they're looking into you or looking into your daily activities to find out what's he doing on the building's dime, or how's the candidate going to be spending my money or our money. And because the candidate has that fear in his head, when he hears that question, he thinks, I better jam pack that answer with as many daily activities as possible. I've even heard interviewers respond to a long description of what happens during the day with, do you have any time to sleep at all? So a lot of candidates tend to think a busy super or busy day is a good day in the eyes of the interviewer. And that's plain wrong. It comes off as inauthentic, or worse, unbelievable. What is the interviewer really looking for? The interviewer is really looking to see whether you've covered these three things in your daily routine. Follow-ups of things that happen that you need to keep an eye on. 2, that you have some sort of system in place to handle things that pop up, like emergencies that just come up in the course of a day that you have to take care of right away. In other words, do you have a system to put out fires? And 3, planning, whether you have the system in place to plan for the things that are coming in the future, to keep an eye on certain things that will come in that critically affect the building, such as a major capital improvement, or a water shutdown, or taking the heat and hot water offline. So in other words, they're looking for whether you have an organization, an organizational framework to handle the past, the present, and the future. So you can see that it's not about jam-packing a day with just a lot of activities without thought as to where they belong. It's about using that time productively and communicating to the interviewer that the time that you spend throughout the day, that's used productively. It's not about the quantity of time or how much time you spend on a building. It's but how to use that time effectively, purposefully, and meaningfully. So it's not going to help you distinguish yourself from the other candidates, and it may even hurt you if you sound too unbelievable. So how do you take that question and wow your interviewer? Okay, so past, present, and future. You have to have a system for taking care of the past. I don't care if it's a pen and paper or using Microsoft spreadsheets or Outlook, but there has to be a way for you to keep an eye on the things that happened in the past and follow up on them. 2, Building Link is a great example of how you keep on top of all of the orders that come in. You want to be able to mention that system and a system for how things are prioritized. And by keeping an eye on the present, we also include doing your daily walkthroughs and keeping an eye on the mechanicals rooms to see if there's any issues. But break your day down and spoon feed the interviewer on what you do during the day based upon of past, present, and the future. Because the interviewer has a lot riding on you. They're putting a lot of responsibility on your plate, and they're depending on you to keep your eyes not only on things that are happening in the past and in the present, but also keeping your eyes on the horizon. That helps them understand that your day is not just a unorganized morass of activity, but there's a purpose behind everything that you do. That's really what they want to hear. And you can be creative with describing the systems that help you manage the past, present, and future. Okay, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Thanks for listening. Have a great day. Signing off.